Falcons. Now, a lot of you guys can remember that last week when I came to the Atlanta Falcons, I basically titled the video at the beginning and saying the Falcons were playing hot and cold. Because last week we had gotten shut out by the Panthers 30-0. The Carolina Panthers, a division rival, and that was our second division rival game. And I said at the beginning of the season when I did the Falcons prediction, I said the Carolina Panthers could be an underrated team that people could be hot or cold as well, but they can go under the radar as well. And they showed it. They scored 30 points. Now, even though they got their asses blown out basically by the Patriots this past weekend, it was still nice to see. And this weekend, the Atlanta Falcons ended up facing Marcus Mariota and the Jaden Daniel and Terry McLaurin-less Commanders, and we ended up putting up a very good performance. Now, keep in mind, we were able to score more than 30 points against the Washington Commanders, but this still came down to one thing only for me, is that, yes, Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, came down from the booth and was more on the pitch, so the offense looked a lot better, and Michael Penix Jr. was playing a lot better. Kyle Pitts looked like what we drafted him for. Drake London had a superb game, and then Bijan looked like Bijan in general. But I want to say this right now, and I'm one of the most objective Falcons fans when it comes to this. Keep your expectations at the regular right now. Keep your expectations regular because, like I said in the last video, the Falcons have been playing hot and cold. We played good against the Buccaneers. We played good against the Minnesota Vikings. Then we lost against the Carolina Panthers, and this week we played good against the Commanders. But I want to take into account for one particular part when it comes to this. Jaden Daniels wasn't playing. Terry McLaurin wasn't playing. These guys were not playing. The Commanders didn't have their two best players on the pitch, and they don't have a running game when it comes to that. Were we taking advantage of those things like we should? Yes, we were. But still, Marcus Mariota, even though he threw a couple of picks, he was still putting up good numbers against his Falcons defense. So I want to put the expectations on calm for a minute because I know a lot of people are saying this Falcons win was really good, and then I see that the coach was like, oh yeah, this is an apology for last week. The apology will be made up once we continue winning games. Because keep in mind, we're heading into a bye right now. But the next couple of games are going to be a big factors. We're going to have to play Buffalo. We're going to have to play all these different type of teams. We're going to have to play a lot of good teams. Buffalo, 49ers. And if we're able to put up some good numbers against Buffalo and keep it close with Buffalo and the 49ers, then I will start saying something. But until this right now, heading into the break, it's a nice way to go into a break with a W, with a good performance against the Commanders. But I want to say this right now. We lost against the Commanders in a very close game with Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. And keep in mind, this is like a whole different system when they didn't even have Debo last year. And Debo has some spectacular numbers. Austin Eckler got injured and is out for a season when it comes to that. So these are all different type of injuries that the Commanders are having to deal with. If Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin are in this game, I think that brings a whole nother difference because let's not forget, Jaden Daniels is one of the most mobile quarterbacks that we have in the NFL. So that's going to be a big difference when it comes to the Falcons. So for every Falcons fan that's celebrating this win, you guys can celebrate this win. This is a very good win by the Falcons, and I congratulate the Falcons for putting on a good performance against Commanders. But I want to see it continue. I want to see it continue coming up against big teams like Buffalo, Buffalo, San Francisco, 49ers, eventually when we have to play the Rams, Chargers, and all these different type of teams. I want to see these performances continue. And if Zach Robinson is going to stay on the field and the offense is going to look at this good continuing, then that's fine. But the one thing I want to say this right now, I'm going to make you guys a promise. Because when it comes out the next Falcons review, it's either going to be one or two things. I'm going to be talking happy about the Falcons, or I'm going to be talking crap about the Falcons. Because at this point right now, I look at the Falcons as objectively as I fucking possibly can. And I want to get excited for these team wins, but I know how this team plays. This team was literally cussing. The fans were literally cussing at the team for their performance. And now after one good week against the Commanders, without Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota, we're celebrating and the offense is looking very, very good. The offense could look very, very crap against the next team that we're going to be playing. So that's why I want to say this. For every Falcons fan that's watching this video, keep your expectations at the mid right now. If we start winning more games like this and offense continues to perform like this, then build your expectations up to where we're making the playoffs. But we're just beginning the season. There's a lot more games coming up that are going to be like competitive. They're going to be close. We're going to have to get our revenge against the Carolina Panthers when we're playing them again in a couple of weeks' times. But for right now, it was a good win. It was a good win against the Commanders. The Falcons deserved it. They played well. Michael Penix Jr., Drake London, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts all had spectacular games. But when it comes to your next game, just keep your expectations at the regular right now, because the Falcons will always be the Falcons.